Hello guys, and welcome back to Joe's Ventures. And today we're going to be having a look at the next pack. I can't believe we're actually going to get another pack, but we've got here a pack that I kind of expected, but also didn't really expect. We have got the Barnyard Animal Pack for Planet Zoo. So I know one of the big requested things recently has kind of been the three major things, of course, aviaries and aquariums. But a lot of people have been asking for like a barnyard or, petting zoo with lots of domestic animals because, a lot of zoos have that element so kids can go and play with animals and learn about domestic farms and learn about domestic animals and things like that. So we're going to have a look at what this pack... So this is kind of a really interesting pack. It's kind of a hybrid, as we'll get into. But yeah, let's just watch the announcement trailer. So there we are. How awesome is that? So coming to the 30th of April, we have got the Barnyard Animal Pack. So let's have a little look at what we've got going on here. So, heyo zookeepers! Experience the rustic charm of the countrysides in Planet Zoo's Barnyard Animal Pack, arriving 30th April on PC alongside free update 1.17. So this is not coming to people that have console, that it's actually just recently come out. I believe it will be at a later date. They'll announce that and everything. I think they're still giving some updates and doing some things for that one. But bring rural beauty to your zoos and let guests get even closer than ever to these beloved animals that have lived alongside humans for hundreds of years. So the Barnyard Animal Pack will feature 7 highly requested animals along with 60 new scenery pieces as well as a brand new scenario. So that's pretty cool. So first off, we have the Sussex Chicken with its curious nature, beautiful plumage, and energetic demeanour. And from the Scottish Highlands, we have the stunning Highland Cattle with its heavily rich coat, gentle personality, and affectionate nature. So those two I'm quite excited. Chickens are not typically different other than how they look, but this Highland Cattle, that's going to be very interesting with the fur shader, because you know how hairy and like clumped up their hair is, which is quite cool. Straight from the mountain range, we have the playful, friendly, and adaptable alpine goat, which is renowned for their agility and sure-footedness, as well as the South American alpacas. So we've got the llama, now we've got the alpaca, with its distinctive slender neck, elegant posture, and gentle, intelligent nature. So a very interesting assortment. You've got the alpine, so that'd be really open up for people to interact with them, things like that. This pack also introduces the brave and intelligent another horse, the American Standard Donkey, the hardy Hill Randor sheep from the glorious rolling hills of Wales, and the playful Tamworth pig. So these animals may even interact with guests if they are in the mood for attention, so that's a really, really cool thing that they'll be adding, as we'll get into. What better way to experience these animals than by adding a charming and rural feel to your zoos using straw bales as benches for your guests, or placing repurposed cable reel tables for those looking for a spot for lunch. As someone who's grown up rurally, these are all things that you kind of find, everyone just uses the cable reels, as a table. It's a good table, works fine. And looking for lunch. And this pack also includes several picturesque fences and gates, along with classic cast iron water pumps, wells, wind pumps, weathervanes, if you say that, weathervanes, or however it is, and foliage that will be sure to make any habitat feel more homely. So this is really, really cool. So instead of giving with your animal packs, you get your 8 animals and you just get a few decorations. What they've done here is, because the Barnyard Animal Pack, there's not many farm stuff in the base game as it is. So instead of giving us that extra habitat animal, which I don't know what... the only animal I could think of that you could give it to is maybe like rats or like rabbits, but that's still a bit too big. They don't really fit the exhibit. So instead of giving us an exhibit animal, they've been giving us some more decorations and themes, go with the farming. So that's quite cool. Really, really awesome as well. And for our, as I mentioned, scenario, when you are ready, returning character Tiffany Summers needs your help to embark on a brand new journey to breathe life into a once neglected farm. Team up with Tiffany to create a thriving animal sanctuary, take rundown barns and overgrown pastures, and make them into not just a safe and comforting environment for the animals, but also a home for them to thrive and flourish amidst the New Zealand countryside. So yeah, one in New Zealand, one in a hometown. Really awesome. So alongside the Barnyard Animal Pack, we're also excited to bring free update 1.17 to all our players. And a number of habitats can now be converted into animal encounters, allowing guests to get closer than ever to your animals. And then alongside this, they will be adding the number of free scenery pieces that include hand washing station, education board, a small guest gate, and the Bullidia bush. And then we'll have more to share on our regular monthly live stream Frontier Unlocked coming this Wednesday, so it'll be interesting to see as well. And it kind of goes through all the stuff, will be available purchased at the 30th of April. But yeah, this is really, really cool. I know, as I mentioned, the three kind of major things that people have been asking for other than just animals, is kind of a petting zoo farmyard mechanic, so you can have domestic animals, and because a big part, because I've worked in a petting zoo, and most parts of zoos, even the bigger zoos, tend to have some sort of barnyard or place for people or to kids, go to play with domestic animals that won't hurt them, because we don't want kids playing with tigers and antelopes and things like that could hurt them. Plus, they are wild animals, so they're quite skittish. So people really get that appreciation, hanging out with chickens and rabbits and goats and cows and horses and pigs and all that cool stuff. And I always enjoyed working with them because you get such an attachment with them. You can touch them and they have big personalities. It's really, really awesome. So yeah, I know a lot of people have been like, it was a bit weird with the conservation message of Planet Zoo, but most big zoos have some sort of petting zoo section because people love going up to pet animals, and domestic animals are the best for that. But also, a lot of zoos actually help with preserving rare breeds. So as much as we like to conserve Sumatra tigers and all sorts of rare endangered animals, a lot of people do like to conserve, especially people that are really into like domestic livestock and breeds of livestock. They do like to conserve rare breeds. So a good example locally is Willowbank in New Zealand that holds some rare breeds of like Ernby Island rabbits, which was a group of rabbits that were introduced to the Ernby Island in the Auckland Islands. So they were a rare breed. Also some types of cattle as well that lived there that have been removed. All sorts of different Auckland Island pigs is another good example. So rare breeds or populations of introduced animals that have kind of gone feral, or just any breeds that aren't very common anymore. A lot of people do like to conserve them because obviously they're a part of like culture, but also because they are, like some of them have uses, and some like to keep that. It's a really cool thing to conserve as well. So it's just an important, I think, at least for culture. Maybe not important for ecology, because of course these are domestic animals, and domestic animals aren't living out in the wild. It's for some people just as important as conserving Sumatra tigers. It's conserving a piece of history. That's what conservation is. Conservation is not just rare animals. It's conserving old vehicles. It's conserving habitats and forests, and conserving like bits of history and art and things like that. It's more than just helping animals. It means to preserve things for later generations. So this is what I think this is quite cool, because as I mentioned, petting zoos, all that, but you can have rare breeds. It's just allows it. A lot of people love petting zoos, so I think it's a great way to add that. And I know there's been a lot of petting zoo mods in the community. I don't cover them because I'm not that well versed in breeds, and it's just something that doesn't interest me that much. But we do have a lot of mods. Have that like alpaca mod by Leaf, and then cats and dogs. Domestic breeds of dogs that Leaf and some other modders have made. So that's still quite cool, and it allows people that enjoy that to have that, and I have no issue with that. I'll still buy the pack because I think some of these pieces will be useful, and I love that we've got the New Zealand place, so I can actually have a place that kind of looks like home. Really, really cool. But yeah, really awesome to have this pack, because I know a lot of people will enjoy it, and that is always really, really good. So we'll have a look at what it says on... Let's just quickly... So it's coming 30th April. So we'll have a look at what it says on the Steam. So experience the rustic charm of the countryside with the Planet Zoo Barnyard Animal Pack. Bring rural beauty to your zoos and let your guests encounter 7 beloved animals that lived along you for 100 years. Alpine goat, Sussex chicken, animals like that. Alpacas, as we've kind of gone through them. So along these editions, they have 60 traditional rustic scenic pieces that allows you to transform into, like have that farm and you have the scenario as well. So kind of took on that. Transform your zoos with a charming rustic feel using straw bales as benches and your guests can get back using repurposed cable reel tables. Done that. Picturesque. I love that we get new gates and fences. That's something I always love. I feel like we don't get enough of those new gates and fences, especially like the rock one. That would work well for a lot of smaller animals, as long as we can change the colors. But I'm pretty sure we can. A lot of gates and things like that is always awesome. I feel like that's the one place that Planet Zoo's kind of lacking is really good fences. So we're lucky to get some good fences and some new gates, which is always awesome. And, because like the rustic farm, because that's kind of like the dream for a lot of people, have a little farm, their lifestyle block, all that, quite cool. And as we mentioned, the scenario, so that's quite cool. I am definitely a big fan of this. Even though it's not necessarily my target, I'm not the biggest fan of domestic animals in terms of, just that's not my interest. I've obviously worked with them. I do love the ones that I've worked with. They're just interesting animals. I'm just not into them the same way I'm into rare wild animals, things like that. But you can see, looks like they're bending down to play with the chicken. That's so cool. This is a Sussex chicken, and I imagine this is going to be a good base for a lot of breeds. Modders will love to make different breeds of chicken, and potentially even use it for other birds. So you can't say go wrong with another bird. Alpaca as well. This would be perfect. You could put the vicuña, which is the wild relative of the alpaca, on this one. So you could just use it as well. And you can see some of the new fences. Love the white picket fence. Always love those. And you can see the goats hanging out, and people can go hang out with them. Really, really awesome. I like that pencil one. That looks quite cool. You can really get that really cool, whimsical petting zoo kind of style. Because a lot of petting zoos, are very extravagant and very artsy. Because they're for kids, and kids get to love. You can go take your kids and pet the goats, and I always love them. It's always quite cool. Really, really awesome. And then you can see here, you can change the colours as well. And you see some Tamworth pigs as well. Really, really cool. Definitely a big fan. Love a nice little bit of rustic kind of theme going on. Really, really cool. So, yeah, I'm quite excited for this one. I do quite like this, even though it's not my target audience. I'm not the target audience. I am not the biggest fan of barnyard, kind of theme stuff. It's still cool. Like that other people get it, Not everything has to be for you. If you really don't want barnyard stuff in your pack and your zoos, don't buy it if you don't feel like it's worth your money. I'm a bit of a completionist, so I probably will buy it. I will buy it. I won't cover it on the channel just because I don't want to go through all the different breeds, because they're not that different in terms of other breeds. It's mainly just a little bit of history thing. But anyway, I think it'll be awesome for the scenery pieces as well. I think they'll get quite a bit of use out of those, especially those rocks. I remember seeing in the trailer there's like a rock fence, which was really, really awesome. I'd love to use that for potentially like moats and things like that. I think this is a mod that still has a lot of utility. This pack has a lot of utility, I think, even beyond just being a petting zoo pack. Still really awesome. Maybe could have been a little bit more expanded, but I love the animal encounters one. I hope it's expanded to some animals that you can walk with, like wild animals. That'll be cool. Thinking what else? I guess it's like llamas, you should be able to use it in there. But yeah, I think this is a good one. I think everyone will be happy with this. So I really, really, really hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Hope you guys like and subscribe. Always remember to get that little bell icon to get notified of anything. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, hope you guys like and subscribe, and bye-bye.